big picture, the trend is in the right direction.
The new point-in-time data sheds a light on Spokane's homeless crisis, what those numbers mean for the future of the city.
We're under a KREM 2 weather impact alert for critical fire danger across the inland northwest through tonight.
If the log deck catches on fire, it burns for a long, long time.
Firefighters continue battling the fire in Boundary County. The most recent efforts to battle the Clover fire is at KREM 2 News at 5. And thank you for joining us at KREM 2 News at 5. I'm Amanda Rowley filling in for Mark Hanrahan. We start at 5 with breaking news out of Okanogan County. Immediate level 3 go now evacuations are in place near the Omak airport. Okanogan County Emergency Management says a fire is burning in the area of Green Acres Road in Riverside, Washington. They are calling it the Green Acres Fire. First responders say people in that area need to be aware of their surroundings and take immediate action. Again, level 3 go now evacuations are issued in the area of 202 Green Acres Road. Level 2, that's a get set, get ready to leave evacuations are in place for Omak Flats. People living east and south of the Omak airport should be ready to evacuate. The Okanogan County Sheriff's Office says the winds right now have knocked trees and power lines down. Phone lines are also impacted. We'll keep you updated on the latest with this fire. So keeping in mind how strong the winds are, let's head over to Chief Meteorologist Jeremy Legoo. We are in weather impact alert mode right now. Jeremy, what can you tell us about the windy conditions and red flag warnings in place?
Amanda, it's definitely coming our way. Here in Spokane, a light break in the wind and a beautiful looking day. But if you make your way a little bit farther out to the west, it's a different story. For that reason, we have red flag warnings and weather impact alerts in place through 11 p.m. They go hand in hand, widespread with those red flag warnings, including all the way up in Omak, where we're going to see gusts around 30 to 40 miles per hour widespread. But up in the there's some of that wind. You can now hear it blowing. Up in the Okanogan Valley, what we are starting to see is even stronger wind. Gusts up over 50 miles per hour have already been recorded. A couple of those places recording in the 50s as wind is funneling between some of those mountains. Widespread wind advisories off to the north, and the worst of it has not even arrived yet. 52 miles per hour in Omak, and as you heard Amanda say, that is enough to cause wind damage, but also fan the flames and spread those fires quite aggressively. 30 miles per hour has been our strongest wind here in Spokane, and it does look like the wind stays strong through about 11 p.m. tonight, but along with it comes some pretty warm temperatures. So there's those wildfires. Here's the wildfire all the way out in Omak. Notice the wind coming in out of the north. That's what we're going to continue to watch as we move through the next few hours here. Wind is expected to get stronger for much of the state. Amanda?
Thank you, Jeremy. With elevated fire risk, today firefighters around the inland northwest are battling multiple fires. One of those is Clover fire in Naples in Boundary County, Idaho. That fire started burning yesterday afternoon at a logging business. KREM 2's Regan Gallo has been following that fire today and brings us the latest. Regan?
Well, in a press release from Idaho Department of Lands, the Clover fire in Boundary County is estimated at 30 acres and is now 75% contained. But GO activations are still in place for only a few homes in Clover Lane in Naples. Initial air response made significant progress and no homes were damaged or destroyed. But high winds could cause issues tonight, and fire crews along with the Red Cross are ready to pivot if need. Several homes are still on standby with evacuation levels 1 and 2, and they are told to be prepared if the fire gets worse with expected winds. Also, Boundary County Emergency Management wants to clear up confusion about where the fire started. According to Boundary County, the fire did not start at the Alta sawmill, but a different small logging operation on a log deck. The initial cause of the fire is still under investigation with the State Fire Marshal's office.
That's a big fuel source, and if a log deck catches on fire, it burns for a long, long time. That's a lot of heavy fuel, so a lot of energy release component is what they call it in those logs. So today they're going to be using heavy equipment to kind of break up that pile and then get water on it and try to suppress that fire on the logs.
Boundary County says 6 tanker airplanes and about 25 state and local agencies originally responded to the scene. Now 80 personnel and 10 engines are still working on the Clover fire. And Boundary County encourages people to sign up for Everbridge emergency alerts. They're asking people also to avoid the area of Deep Creek Loop between Schoolhouse Road and Highland Flats so fire crews can get in and out quickly. This is still an active fire and it is developing, and we are tracking those changes. I'm reporting in the newsroom, Regan Gallo, KREM 2 News.
In Northeast Washington, the Hope Fire south of Northport has now surpassed 7,000 acres. The fire is 8% contained. More than 850 fire personnel are deployed in the area. Evacuations remain in place and the cause of the fire is still under investigation. The Northwest Incident Management Team in charge of the fire will host a community meeting in Lynn Cass Gould Memorial Park in Northport tomorrow at 6 p.m. And turn to the West Pines fire. It's burning nearly 6,000 acres in Lincoln County. Here's the latest evacuation map for that fire. All level 2 evacuations have been downgraded to level 1. Level 3 evacuations remain in place. Fire crews say winds may cause the fire to spread. Currently, more than 400 crews are working to put out that fire. The Lincoln County Sheriff's Office says people need to stay out of the area so crews can work on creating a fire line. So far, this fire is still 0% contained. And the evacuations are now lifted for the fire that was burning near Deer Lake. Fire crews responded quickly to the fire with aircrafts. You are now looking at viewer photos of that fire. You can see the aircrafts using water from the lake to help fight it. Today, crews will be back to move forward with mopping up the fire. Well, as we continue to track hot and windy conditions posing great risk for fire danger here in the inland Northwest, watch up with KREM's meteorologist Thomas Patrick's special weather impact alert on KREM 2 Plus. Download our KREM 2 Plus app and watch on your smart TV and watch for free. Well, for the second year in a row, Spokane County's point-in-time count shows a decline in the number of people experiencing homelessness. KREM 2's Shannon Mowdy is live in downtown Spokane with what one-night survey shows and what questions still remain. Shannon?
Well, Spokane Mayor Lisa Brown and members of the various groups that put on the point-in-time count say that the January survey is just a snapshot of homelessness in the county, but not the whole picture. And they are pleased that the year-over-year count is down, as shows another drop. So the January 2025 count had more than 1,800 participants, and those experiencing homelessness went down from just over 1,500 last year to 1,189. But Councilmember Jonathan Bingle questioned where those people are coming from. The Spokane Business Association put out its own survey in June of 260 unhoused people surveyed. They claim just over 80% of those moved to Spokane from somewhere else. Now, Matt Anderson with the Regional Continuum of Care says those results, the point-in-time count, show 70% of people were living in Spokane County before they became homeless. And this idea that unhoused people are coming here in droves is a myth.
There's no significant or systematic data that reveals that this is happening to a significant degree that some people want to believe. The 70%, right, were previously living in Spokane County. That's not atypical from what you see from point-in-time counts that ask this question across the country.
The city attributes the decline in part to its new navigation center and scattered shelter model. Since the point-in-time count in January, the city says it has also closed 4 encampments, set up 2 specialized shelters, and has seen an 80% success rate in referrals to housing. Shannon Mowdy, KREM 2 News.
All right, we are just getting started here at KREM 2 News at 5.
You need to leave. You need to leave. The water's coming up again today.
Emergency crews resume their search effort in East Central Texas as new flood warnings threaten the area. But first, 2 large fires are ravaging a national park in Arizona. We'll take you there after the break.